Hey guys, this is White Nova, and I want to tell y'all something very important. As of, well, let me just start from the beginning. So, on January the 23rd, me and my boyfriend and mostly all his family have been in contact with the coronavirus or COVID 19. And we having to started to develop some symptoms, which is, of course, the no taste, no smell thing, along with some uncontrollably coughing and bits of fever that basically I was experiencing. So while my boyfriend was the one who started developing these symptoms early on, around between Monday to Wednesday, I started developing mine, loss of sense and smell around Thursday and Friday. And from then, we did the procedure, which was, of course, we had to wait until 14 days until our symptoms seemed to restore themselves and we no longer had the coronavirus. Basically, when I had it, I'm living on my own in my apartment, and my boyfriend lives with his mother at his own apartment. And while I was basically by myself here on my own with my pet cat, Sweetie, we basically started sanitizing everything from my furnitures, my beddings, to the complete floor and everything I touch and everything I've been near to. I cleaned the entire apartment, so there was no ounce of coronavirus that are in the surface of my apartment. And eventually, I started taking the advice from a lot of people, from friends and family, and even coworkers that I could definitely say that they're my friends too, because without their help, I wouldn't be here this much. But um, as I was recovering and got myself better, with the test result coming out negative on, excuse me, as I was already recovering from, basically, I got the test results from Monday the 8th and telling me that I was able to safely go to work on Tuesday. It was between there Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Well, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, that my boyfriend was calling me, telling me that he was having breathing problems, and the breathing problems was not going well. They were telling me that his oxygen was completely low. And what was my dumbass advice? My advice was to take some medication, take some vitamins, and if he still has breathing problems, then he could go to the ER. Understandably, our health and age are completely different. He is 45 and I was 31, or I am still. And truth be told, I didn't think any of it. I was at work and I didn't have my cell phone with me until at the end of my shift, which we got off at 4:30 in the morning. And I got a text message from his sister telling me about what happened to my boyfriend Mike. And when I answered the phone line, I got worried that maybe it was his breathing problems, that maybe he finally went to the ER and they were gonna tell me like which hospital he was in and all. I didn't get that kind of news. I ended up getting news that he was having such a bad breathing problem that his oxygen levels were extremely low and they had to take him to the ER, in which when they made it to the hospital, his heart just stopped. They tried to bring it back and it wasn't coming back. So he died of the hospital thinking that I was still mad at him when I was never mad at him. I was just as scared as anybody else who ended up receiving the news from having the corona and not thinking it was corona. Especially since the person who had the corona was, in fact, the sister who we all saw. We believed that she had um, stomach aches. We thought it was just a stomach flu that she had. And it turns out she was the one who had corona. But this was the same sister who tells me that Mike didn't make it to the hospital in time and he passed away. As I was hearing all this news, I didn't want to believe him. I didn't want to think that he was gone. And then eventually reality sets in and I started crying very ugly in my workplace. My coworkers, my supervisor, my team leader, they all heard my situation and they try to comfort me, telling me that, it's nobody's fault. And it is true. Nobody was expecting to have the virus within the family member's home. That's why they always tell you have to be careful wherever you go. But I felt it was basically my fault that I just told him that his medicine and vitamins would be helpful for him, and I should have just told him differently that he should have gone to the ER if he was having breathing problems. Maybe he would have been here still. So, as of Wednesday, 4 or 3:30 in the morning, that was the time of death that he had around that time, as far as I know. His family, his mom is basically having the hardest time at this point because the thing is, he is the baby of the family. So he has an elder brother, he has an elder sister. He was basically the third child of the family, and in all honesty, no mother should be burying their children at this time. And it is hurtful. And right now, I'm basically trying not to cry because I honestly do feel like I was responsible for another person's death. And what I mean by that, it was the same case that happened to Battle Crow, which my dumbass advice to her was to take that stupid fake medicine that they were believing it was the cure for cancer. And I didn't think it was a fake at all. I just thought it was a natural thing that they finally found a way to defeat cancer. But it turns out it was all fake news. And I thought maybe that's what killed her too. And I know some people are probably going to tell me it's not my fault, that maybe I should have not blamed something like that, even though I do blame myself for it. My boyfriend would have been still here. He would have so much of his dreams and like all his passions to still be here. And the thing is that he would have actually enjoyed the Valentine's that I was planning to do for him. He's never had a good Valentine's with any of his exes, and I was I was really planning on giving him a sugar-free German chocolate cake, and I would imagine that if he tried it, he would start saying with his goofy attitude, "Hey, you could get married." But I'm never gonna hear that again. There was like so many plans that he had, and it's never gonna come true. He wanted to have children. He wanted to have a good relationship and marriage. And It's never gonna happen. He's no longer gonna be here anymore. The only thing I have that he gave me was a plushy penguin doll that he got for me for Christmas, and that was the only thing that was comforting me when I heard that he passed away. That was the only thing that comforted me a bit. That helped me get some sleep. I haven't got that much sleep at all. When I heard the news that he passed away, I was just expecting him to just call me with that stupid ringtone of his. The ringtone that I set for him, and I'm not gonna hear it anymore. If there any way that I would say about this is that I wish that he could have had my strength, and I wish he would have been twice as healthy, so that way he would have been here and he wouldn't have to suffer the way he did. Because I would pretty much wish that he was still here at this time with his family and friends. And I wanted to say that this is more than me grieving. This is just for what I've been hearing from all the dumbass news of people thinking that this virus is some sort of made up thing that is controlled by the government, or it's not a real virus to deal with. Here's my response to those dumbasses who think this is a made up joke. This virus is as real as anyone here. This virus is so deadly. It took away somebody I love. And it's not a made up virus. If this was a controlled virus, you would think a certain population would have died out and most people would have been spared. A certain race to it. If that's what the kind of government virus this was going to be, that would have been an understanding plan for that. But no, this virus is killing off anything. From the weak to those who never expected to be killed off. And it's a new plague. This is a new virus of a plague that the old days they had to deal killing. It's like a new plague, like I said. It's a new virus that this one is highly dangerous. That this doesn't it attacks more than what people are expecting it to attack to. This doesn't attack the brain. It attacks the heart, the lungs. It attacks more than the mind. And if it did, it just caused like people's sanity to just peak out. This virus is highly dangerous, and I recommend for people who think that the mask is unnecessary to use. No, you need to use the mask. You need to hand sanitize yourself. You need to do the 6 distance rule, no matter what. This virus is that deadly. It took away somebody I cared for. It nearly damaged a family member that's now having to live with an oxygen tank for the rest of his life. As I was told a couple of days ago by my own father, that this family member happens to be my uncle who in his entire life never expect to live the rest of his life in an oxygen tank at this point. This virus is as deadly as people. Right now, I just wish he was still here. I honestly don't want him to just disappear like that. And this virus, it took away everything. He had such high hopes and dreams that this virus killed him. And I honestly don't understand how people think that this virus is made up when it's not. People are dying because of this virus. This thing is as deadly as anyone can imagine. It has taken so many lives and has crippled so many people who would have had such high hopes and dreams on their own. But when it comes to this, no. I may be one of the people who just survived the virus, and I would have been so happy to hear the next news would have been his entire family to be cured from it too. But as of this now, no, it's not going to bring my Mikey back. It's not going to bring someone who I truly love back. And right now, the family, his friends, they're all had to. They're all trying to find a way to give him the peace of mind to. They're all trying to find a way to have him buried next to his dad. Since his dad was the only person he looked up to, and now he's with him in heaven. So, I'll be posting a link down below in the comment section to his GoFundMe page. And even though it is very highly pricey, I imagine that his family are trying their best to find a way to get that higher price. Because his family, they don't have that much insurance to help him with. And only because they just never expected him to happen like this. As of now, like I said, they are trying to go to certain programs that could help them with this. And god damn it, I just can't think right now. Even my cat is just acting weird. I guess she just knows that I'm just depressed. Right now, my my boyfriend's family, they are trying to raise up a fund at this time to get the funeral arrangements done, having the plot that they were gonna put him in set up. Any donation can be very helpful at this time. I'm gonna try to do the donation myself too, but this is all I could do at this point. So, with all respect, I hope you all take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I hope you stars just try to take care of yourselves. I'm gonna see if I could try. I I'm gonna have a hard time doing some of my recordings, as some of my recordings I have previously on some games have him in them, and it's gonna be hard for me to replay some of them without having to cry. So, I'm not 100% sure if I should even post them or not, but if anything, I'll see about coming back maybe this coming week or next week until I fully am out of the grieving. But it's gonna be a while because I just feel so tired. completely lost somebody who I truly love, and he's not going to come back. Again, y'all take care of yourselves. Bye.